Guys, so, geez, that light's in the wrong spot. There we go. The glare from that is bad. So, I haven't recorded in a while, in a long time. This light's gonna drive me nuts. And there's been some reasons. So, recently, my mom and I moved. A lot. We moved from being in a town and being like able to walk everywhere, having internet. I have to upload this on the Wi-Fi at school. I kind of hope it works. And everything else like that, to an area where we're completely in the woods. There's nothing within walking distance. Yeah. So we moved in with my mom's new boyfriend because she left her husband. That was interesting. And then I cut my hair, obviously. And we dyed it, obviously. And started a new school. Came out as transgender to my school, following coming out to my mom. And now you guys, and this light is bad. Just know, I'm actually gonna turn it off because you can't see my face. As I'm aware either. There, that works. Well, suck it up. But yeah, so it's been an interesting journey. I don't really know what to say. I haven't recorded forever, so it's really weird. I haven't, for those of you who are going to ask, I have not started testosterone or anything like that. My voice, I don't know if my voice is lower. I'm not wearing a bind right now because it's midnight, but I was waiting for everyone to go to bed so I could record this. I'm under my bed, obviously. But yeah, I'm pre-tea, pre-everything. My voice may seem a little lower, but that's all natural. I'm able to talk high-pitched if I wanted to, or I'm able to talk lower-pitched if I wanted to, and I've been doing a lot of lower-pitched talking lately. I attempted suicide recently, and that's kind of what started everything. That's kind of what started of me really coming out, really exposing who I am. I don't know if that's the right wording for that, but I hope it is. But yeah, so it's been a long while. The last time I uploaded, I was at Sailing for Cadets, and I was singing. And at the time, I was really depressed. I was cutting myself a lot. I was suicidal. It was really difficult. And now it's almost the complete opposite. I don't know if you can see that, if it'll focus. You can see it slightly, I guess, not a whole lot, but like I haven't cut in at least a month, if not more. And it's been, I mean, yeah, I have rough days with dysphoria, but other than that, it's been amazing. My family has 2 cats. I have 1 cat. 1 cat does everything with me, follows me, all that fun stuff. And I have a gerbil back there, so if you hear noises, it's probably the gerbil because it's annoying and I want to just... But, yeah. So I started following a lot of YouTube channels and watching them and seeing their journeys. And a lot of people in my family would call bullshit on me being trans because of the way I acted when I was younger. Because when I was younger, when I was around my parents, I was always really, really girly, and skirts, dresses, you name it. If it was girly, I wore it. And it wasn't until recently that I decided to say, fuck that, I don't really care about being a disappointment to my family anymore. I'm gonna act like I have been when I've been away from my family, which would be, back then, I guess I would have said I was a tomboy? No, maybe? I don't know. But like, yeah, back in school, in elementary school even, when cooties were a thing, I was one of the guys with long hair that wore skirts. Some of the most manly kids I know nowadays used to wear skirts. But, yeah, so when I was at school, I always played with the guys. I played Dinky Cars, Pokemon, whatever I could get my hands on. Back then it was usually Bakugan. But I never played with the girls. I was always with the guys. I did everything with the guys right up until grade 5 when we started sex ed. And everyone noticed that, hey, there's a difference. You're a girl. And then that's really when everything started going downhill. That's when I started getting a lot of my first doses of dysphoria and depression and anxiety. And I didn't really realize that until recently because I always thought it was in grade 7 when a lot of other stuff started that I don't really want to get into detail on. But I never thought to think back to grade 5 when that's when I started failing things. That's when it started getting harder to focus. That's when everything went downhill. And I never understood why everything went downhill or why everyone suddenly realized that I was a girl. I mean, I knew I was a girl, but I didn't understand why I wasn't normal, why I wasn't like all the other girls type of thing. I didn't understand why I was so different. And for the longest time, I hated it and I tried to hide it. I probably hid it successfully right up until grade 9. And, like, I went through all the normal phases that a girl would, I guess. I did my makeup, I did my hair, I wore high heels, I looked like a slut. And I hated every second of it. I even prom. As happy as I was to be going to prom and whatever, I hated being in a dress. I hated acting like a girl, but I get so carried away in the emotion of the current event that it never really showed through. It went through my mind a lot, but it never showed through. And it's really difficult to try and explain that to my mom because she's so, how do I explain this? She's trying so hard to hang on to that little girl that she had when I was growing up. And I've always been that way. Around my mom, I've always been her little girl. I've always been dresses, high heels, girly as it gets. And it was weird. Because the second I was away from immediate family, I was the complete opposite. And, I mean, my mom doesn't see that. My dad doesn't. We don't talk at all. Not much anymore, anyway. Maybe the odd text message. But, yeah, it's really difficult. And I'm not saying this to put my struggles on you guys. I'm saying this in a way so that if there are people who are out there that can relate, I really hope that my story and my experiences kind of makes you feel a little less alone. But then, with a program that's in our school, I'm going to this camp. And they put on a girls' version of it. And it's all girls. I get a notification. Sorry. But it's all girls at this one camp. And that one lasted 3 days. A friend of mine went to it. And I'm going to the boys' camp, which is just an overnight thing. It's one night. We go the 30th. We get back the 31st. And there's going to be boys from every school that I could think of. And it's a little terrifying. Because I'm going to be, like, in the bunks with the boys, and everything's going to be with the boys, and it's a little scary. A little uncomfortable. But I'm also really excited, because I didn't have to go to the girls' camp. I was given the option to go to the boys' camp, and I took it, and I'm going to see a gender therapist next week. And it's amazing. I mean, just to think about how far I've come in the year, I don't know what's gonna happen with the gender therapist, because from what I know, he's supposed to be helping me learn how to start the application for testosterone, and that's not gonna happen without mom's permission. So that could be interesting. And it's been really difficult. I really would have loved to upload, and I thought about it constantly, don't get me wrong. I didn't forget about YouTube or any of you guys. I wasn't in the mood for it, and I didn't want you guys to see me the way I was. The way that I didn't even want to see myself. And it was a really difficult time the past few months. And I didn't think. I didn't think about uploading. I didn't think about sports. I didn't think about anything. I wasn't into anything. I didn't want to be part of anything. I just wanted to sit in my room and just cry all day. And sometimes it was just dysphoria. Sometimes it was just for no apparent reason. Sometimes it was just because someone said no. My emotions have been really weird lately, and I'm being looked at for borderline personality disorder, and it's just a pain in the ass. There's no other way to put it. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah, it's been really interesting, and it's definitely been a journey to get to where I am. And hopefully someday I'll be able to, give you that not so thumbs up that I started testosterone, or I got top surgery, or whatever, or even, the little things. And I do have on this app, I think it's Wattpad, something like that, I don't know how to say it, but it's WATTPAD, and I write books on there. My username is JSeptiplier, and you should be able to find me on there, no problem. Not that a lot of people read my books anyway. But I write, obviously, a lot of Septiplier. But I also have a trans diary journal thing that I write in. For you guys, if you really want to go read that, it's freaking midnight, and I'm exhausted. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I have to get up tomorrow and go to school, and then walk my stepbrother to my uncle's so he can be babysat, and play softball, and then I have a band concert. I have a hectic day tomorrow. And then Friday, I leave school for like 3 hours, which I'm okay with, to go have more anxiety meeting all these boys that's gonna be at the camp. And I'm really hoping that I don't give myself away too easily to them, because I don't want them to know right off the bat and just avoid me or something like that, because I don't know how they're going to react. I know there's 2 grade 8s from our school that's going, 2 grade 8 boys, and from what I hear, the grade 8 boys are really, really transphobic and homophobic, so I'm kind of scared. Hopefully next time I record, though, I'll have a bit of a better setup, and hopefully I won't be using school's Wi-Fi to upload, because their Wi-Fi sucks. But yeah, it's definitely different, and I don't really know how to ask my mom to call me by my preferred name. I mean, I've written her probably 5 or 6 letters, and I just never give them to her. And it's not that I'm afraid of, being kicked out of the house or something like that, because I know my mom won't do that. I'm not even talking to the camera right now, I'm talking into my friggin' hands, I'm sorry. But it's not like I'm afraid of how she's gonna react. I'm afraid of her kicking me out of the house or anything. No, she wouldn't do that. I'm more so afraid of her reaction, and what she's gonna say, and what she's gonna do. And it's difficult, because I desperately want to be called by the name that I want instead of my birth name, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it to my mom. So if any of you guys out there who are watching this might have an idea of how to help, that'd be great. That's my chair. That's my desk chair. It's for my drum kit. That's back there. My room's a mess, so I'm not even gonna show you my floor because you can't see it. It's buried in crap. My room's tiny. It's a porch. But yeah, like I wanna try and get everything out in one video so that I'm not making multiple videos of me just talking to you guys. I mean, if you want to see some vlogs of me just kind of sitting in my room at midnight talking, sure. I think I can do that. It's so unscripted, and it's just kind of whatever pops in my head. I don't edit this at all, just so you guys know. It goes straight from recording, straight up to YouTube. I don't edit because I'm using a cell phone, so I don't have time to edit, or the patience to edit, or any of that crap. So you're gonna have a lot of moments of me just going, and it's gonna get annoying. See, you can figure something out to skip those. I'm not wearing my glasses either. I can't see anything that's like probably this close to me. So, yeah. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey. We'll put it that way. And trying to get my mother to cope with everything has been really interesting. And if you guys have noticed a little bit, I don't know if you guys ever noticed in some of my older videos, if I ever actually had it in some of my older videos, but I'm losing my Irish accent, and that's intentional completely. I want it gone, but at the same time I don't, if that makes sense. I love the accent itself. I do. I love it. It's my favorite accent, I have to admit. But the bullying that it gets me in school on top of being transgender is just nerve-wracking, and I can't deal with it. I'm really bad at coping with like everything. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. The smiley face on my hand. I'm trying to show it to you guys. There we go. I have a smiley face on my hand, and I used to have a semicolon on my wrist where all my scars are, but that's kind of faded out so that I can draw something new. And I mean, my mom's birthday is tomorrow. I have a busy day tomorrow. I'm just gonna rant to you guys about how busy my day is tomorrow. I'm exhausted. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. It's 12:20. Is it AM or PM? I don't know. Military time, that'd be 1900. I don't know. 0019. I should know what that is, but I don't. So blame me. And that's where I live. That's the Maritimes in Canada. So I'm exhausted. It's dark out. It's not that cold for once. My TV's off, so I'm sitting here in complete freaking silence, other than me talking to myself and to you guys, but mostly to myself. Yeah, so it's interesting. My voice just suddenly got a lot higher. I've been a lot more self-conscious of my voice as well, especially with the boys camp coming up. I'm really trying to get it like probably somewhere down here, so that it's naturally down there, and it's really difficult because my voice naturally wants to be up here, and it's really annoying. Especially when I walk into my classroom, my homeroom. I'm in grade 9, so we still have homerooms. But especially when I walk into my homeroom and everyone's just like, you can't be a boy, your voice is too high. Especially when you imitate people. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck you. When I sing, I have a really low voice now, so I don't shivig about any of them. I mean, I do my best. I mean, the best quote I've probably read would be, ignore the people who are being assholes and surround yourself with the people who matter and who are supportive. Basically, that's the gist of the quote. And I mean, I love it. I have to say, I do. I really love it, and it's really amazing to know that there are quotes out there, and it's... I keep looking at my little flag. Wait. Fuck off, light. I keep looking at my little flag. It says, I don't know if it will show up the right way. It won't. It says transphobia kills on the back. And I have a little flag up on my wall that says transphobia hurts. There it is. I don't know if you can see that clearly. I don't really care right now. Don't fall. No. Oh, the joys of trying to get my phone back in the position I had it. It's freaking impossible. There we go. Turn those scissors around and... Oh wow, I must love you guys. There. I forgot about these. These aren't mine. These are my mom's. I look like my mom now. They're so dirty. But yeah.